Good morning. Just out here walking with the goats, doing the regenerative browsing routine here, shepherding them through this property. And basically, my sweetest little girl, Mecarine there, little dwarf alpine girl right here. I noticed her limping a little bit. Mecarine. Yeah, sweet little girl. Yeah, Mecarino. She's got a little bit of a limp going. So I went ahead and had a close look at her hooves, and it um, looks like she has been, well, they've been eating lots of blackberries basically, and they rear up on their rear legs, and they cinnamon there. She's one of my favorites right there. She's Dulcinea del Toboso. Basically, they rear up onto these blackberries. They eat what they can off the face. Then they rear up with their front legs. They post up with their front legs on it. And basically what I'm seeing on the hooves is that those thorns and stickers are actually puncturing the surface of their hoof. And what's going on is, well, puncture wounds, you may well already know, are a danger for infection because of the nature of how they insert bacteria down beneath the surface and inside tissues. And so puncture wounds are already kind of like, you know, known. And what I'm seeing here is that there may be an increased danger. And I smelled her hoof. So what happened? I smelled her hoof, and it smelled like I wasn't sure whether it was just a little bit of a stinky foot type thing, or just an off smell, or am I actually smelling the smell of infection in her foot? And I may or may not be smelling infection in her foot, but what I am noticing though is that it seems like when you have your goats browsing blackberries like this, and they're doing a lot of it, like the better part of what these guys and girls have been doing for a while now is blackberries. Like they're eating a lot of blackberries, and they're having a lot of interaction with these thorny bushes. And when you have that, you're going to have essentially puncture wounds, let's just say, on the hooves themselves. And that might not really even be a problem. But these guys are going back into the barn where there's, lots of poop on the ground. And regardless of how much straw you have, you're still going to end up having a little bit of an increased risk for bacteria and stuff that we don't want to get into the hooves. Um, and anyways, that's the intent of this video basically, is I just want to kind of put it out there that when we're browsing blackberries and thorn bushes of any kind, um, it's definitely going to show on their hooves. And we just have to be aware that this is going to increase the risk of inserting bacteria into the soft inner part of the hoof and causing um, potentially catastrophic infection. So just not beware, but be aware. Gonna check in with all of our limpies. There's the little bitty. There she is. Little ginger pie. Poor little thing. I'm just not so sure about that foot. She might have kind of an appendage going on there. I mean, she's young, so she'll make as much of a recovery as she can. And normally they make a full recovery, but that little leg of hers was swollen, and I'm just in fear of, I don't know how that happened, but it could be that it's a permanent injury. I'm hoping not, but Buckley's son there. Yeah, Big Chuck seems to have a little bit of a limp too. Checking his hooves ain't going to be such a easy task. Yeah, I think he's favoring that left front hoof. Yeah, Big Chuck. Anyways, just looking after the herd and noticing something that may be a potential risk factor. Wanted to share it with you guys. We'll be cleaning it up still and freeing some of these outbuildings from the enclosing grasp of all these blackberries. All right, signing out.